What's up, everybody? So you're thinking about moving to Lincoln City, Oregon. Well, in this video, we're going to go over the pros and cons of Lincoln City, and we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living on the Oregon coast, and in this time, Lincoln City, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market on the coast. My name is Eddie, and I get calls, emails, texts every single day from people just like you looking to make a move to the coast. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Let's jump on a Zoom call so I can help you make a smooth move. Well, we are here and we are going to talk about Lincoln City. Where is Lincoln City? If you look on a map, Lincoln City is about 20 miles north of Newport, Oregon. There are a couple different access points to Lincoln City, but only from the north and the south, and only from Highway 101. That is the coast highway that goes from Astoria all the way down to the California border near Brookings. You are about an hour and 15 minutes from Salem if you come from the north side, and you're about an hour and 15 to an hour and 30 from Corvallis if you come from the south side when you're coming in from the Willamette Valley. From Portland, you're about 2 hours coming through, depending on which route you take, but it's always going to come through Highway 101. From Tillamook, you're about an hour to Tillamook. You're about 45 minutes to Newport, and you can do all of your other calculations on how far you are in that manner. Lincoln City is well known for its beach. It's well known for Devil's Lake. It's well known for one of the shortest rivers in all of North America, the Dee River. It is well known for the kites. It's well known for the glass floats, and it's well known for its tourism. Lincoln City is a great place to go. There's great things to do when it comes to tourist activities, to eating, to shopping. It's just a great place to go all around. There's a lot of people in Lincoln City that actually don't live there full time. So there's a lot of second homes, there's a lot of vacation rentals and things of that nature. But let's just go over some of the things that you're going to want to think about, pros and cons when it comes to Lincoln City. One pro is that there are tons of places to go eat. I can give you a laundry list, but you've got places like Moe's, great burgers. A new place that just went in recently is the Pines Dine, which is a food cart conglomeration where they've got all different types of foods. You can get Thai food, you can do Chinese food, you can get pizza, boba, burgers, and more. They've got falafels they've got Greek food, and the list goes on and on. And not only that, they have a center venue for beverages and different events in that venue where you can go in and enjoy wine, different types of drinks, and eat your food there. So even with the coast being rainy, being overcast, being cold, you can go get your food at the food truck, whatever, everybody can go and have different types of food. Then you can go inside the venue center and have a wonderful meal. We've done it a number of times and we love it. But there's other places to go eat too. Lincoln City has a lot of options when it comes to food. Another pro of Lincoln City is the Lincoln City Outlets. Lincoln City Outlets is a unique place on the coast that has a ton of different places: Nike, Under Armour, Columbia, Pendleton, Rue 21, and the list goes on and on of different cool stores there at the Lincoln City Outlets. We go there all the time to go get shoes, go get clothes, different things. And this is definitely a place where people, just being in Lincoln City, they stop by the outlets and do good shopping because you're actually getting a pretty good price discount on a number of those stores. Another great pro about Lincoln City is you can actually drive on the beach there. That could be a pro or a con. I think it's a pro. I think it's kind of cool that you can, in certain spots, go down, drive on the beach and park and go wherever you want. Now, be careful when you're doing that, but that is really a cool spot. The beach in Lincoln City is long and it stretches the whole way. Now, Lincoln City is up on a bluff for most of that. So whether you have, a beachside property or you're back a ways, you're probably gonna have to hike down to the beach, regardless of where you're at. That's the same as it is in Newport and a lot of other coastal communities. You've got a place like Seaside where it's on the beach. Lincoln City happens to be on a bluff. So when you're worried about tsunami zones and all the rest, Lincoln City is not going to be one of those places where you're worried about that, because pretty much the whole city is up above the ocean in a lot of the sections of the city. Another really cool part of Lincoln City is the Chinook Winds Casino. You can go do all of your entertaining, all of the things that you want to do. When it pertains to a casino, they have events there. They have cage fighting. They have concerts. They have other events that go on all the time at Chinookwan's Casino. They've got an entire slew of rooms so you can stay there. It's a major entertainment solution if you live or you visit Lincoln City. So don't forget how cool it is that Chinookwan's Casino is in Lincoln City. One major pro of Lincoln City is just all the geographical features around it that make it great. You've got God's Thumb, you've got Cascade Head, you've got Devil's Lake, the Pacific Ocean. There's plenty of places to hike, and all the other cool places to go around Lincoln City are within striking distance. You want to go to Newport? It's about 45 minutes. You want to go up to the beach somewhere else, maybe Cape Lookout, you want to go to Pacific City, probably about 45 minutes north. You want to go to the valley, you're striking distance, an hour 30 minutes, and it's probably one of the best places if you're coming in from Portland to get to the Central Oregon coast, because it is the northernmost part of the Central Coast if you want to be in that region when living on the coast. One more pro of Lincoln City is the taxes for a beach town or a coastal town are rather low when considering where you want to go. A lot of different coastal towns and counties have a lot of different ranges when it comes to taxes on those properties. Lincoln City, though there are different regions that have different taxes within the city limits and within the different regions of the city of Lincoln City, you're going to definitely want to look and see, but it is more of an affordable option than, say, Newport, Seaside, or, say, Manzanita. It's going to be a lot better option when it comes to taxes. And sometimes it becomes very overwhelming if you're not ready for it. Lincoln City is a long, stretchy town. So long and stretchy, what I mean is it is about a half a mile wide, and it's only 5.6 square miles, and the entire width is about a half of a mile to maybe 3/4 of a mile wide. So it's very long and narrow, and sometimes it just feels like it's too separated. You start at the top around Rhodes End, Waccoma, or Neatsu, and it goes all the way down through the other districts of Ocean Lake, Nelscott, Taft, and then you can go down towards Salishan area and Glen Eden Beach. All these areas are considered different places, but they all kind of encompass Lincoln City. So it's kind of convoluted of where you're at and what's going on. Another pro, Lincoln City boasts 7 miles of picturesque beaches that you can go walking, beach combing, sunset viewing, kite flying, and all the rest. The area is a haven for outdoor enthusiasts. Hiking, fishing, kayaking, surfing, Cascade Head, God's Thumb, Devil's Lake. Nature enthusiasts love Lincoln City. Another pro is Samaritan North Lincoln Hospital. It takes all of your healthcare needs and it zones it in right there at the hospital on Devil's Lake. It's an accredited hospital that offers a wide range of different services: emergency care, surgical services, pediatrics, and women's health, to name a few. Rural healthcare can always be a challenge. And so when you have a good hospital like this in Lincoln City, it can solve a lot of the questions or problems you think you might have with the area. Now we're going to get to the cons. I went through a number of pros. There's probably more, but I just wanted to address some things that a lot of people don't think about when they talk about Lincoln City. Some of the cons are going to be, first and foremost, the weather. The weather is not going to be great because you're getting sunny days, only about 160 sunny days a year, and you're going to get a lot of rain and a lot of overcast days, 80 to 90 inches of annual rainfall. You're going to get a lot of gray, and the swings in the weather are going to be vast. One major con of Lincoln City is going to be the economic dependence on tourism. Tourism is going to go basically from April, maybe March, spring break time, slow down a little bit. Then in June, May, late May, early June, it's going to speed up all the way till about September, maybe October. And that's when you're going to have a boom of tourism. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of people flooding into the Oregon coast from Brookings all the way to Astoria. It's going to bring in all the economic stimulus that tourism will provide. Restaurants will be full. The roads will be full, gas stations will be used, all the different galleries and shops and small businesses, restaurants all over the coast are going to be full with people visiting the Oregon coast. And this is such a great time to be on the Oregon coast because of the weather and because of everything the coast brings during the summer months. But tourism, the economic volatility of that. So in the winter months, you're going to have, not only because of the weather, but because of just there's not as much going on. There's not as much economic stimulus. So it's definitely going to be, tourism is going to be a pro and a con, but more I'd say it's going to be towards the con side, especially living on the coast and having to deal with those things, where you're going to go, how long it's going to take you, the different times you're going to have to take back roads, all the rest. Another con is the limited educational resources available on the coast. You've got different community colleges in Lincoln City. You've got the Oregon Coast Community College, but with that campus, it's not going to provide a full range of services. A lot of it's probably going to be online if you're thinking about going to some type of secondary school, if you're thinking of some type of graduate school on the Oregon coast. When you're talking about public schools, there's not a lot of private options. So that's really all you have. You have the Lincoln County School District. In Lincoln City, you have 2 elementary schools, and you have a middle school and a high school, Taft High School, Taft Elementary School. In Lincoln City, really all you have is the public school option. There is one private school, but mainly all you're going to get is the elementary schools, and then Taft has a 7 through 12 middle high school. So there's not a ton of options when it comes to schooling and choice and education. Another huge con is the isolation of Lincoln City. I gave you all the distances of where things are, but when you're thinking about going to a airport, or you're thinking about going to the valley, the Willamette Valley, maybe Salem, Portland, Eugene, it's always going to take you an hour and a half to 2 hours to get there. It's always going to be a 1-lane highway for most of the drive. It's always going to take time, and that can be a pro and a con. In this situation, it could be a con. If there's any type of natural disaster, if there's any type of craziness that goes on, normally the coast is going to be the last one that's going to get serviced. And you'd think that the isolation would cause privacy, but with tourism, so you've got the isolation, but you also have tourism, and those things, so you're still getting crowded, but you're still isolated. You have all your basic services and amenities that you need, but it's not going to be quite what you would get in a metropolitan area. One con that you might think of is that there's not really major shopping when it comes to Lincoln City. You do have the outlet malls like I discussed earlier, so that's a big positive. You've got these stores that you probably wouldn't normally go to unless you went to a mall, but they're there so you can go get things. But the big box stores like your Lowe's, your Home Depots, your Costco's, your Walmarts, those aren't there. So you're really dealing with more local stores, smaller shops when it comes to your shopping. The major grocery store is going to be Safeway on the north end of town. There are fast food restaurants in Lincoln City. You got McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, just to name a few. They have a lot of those things in Lincoln City. It is a bigger city. Another con is going to be the cost of living. The median list price in Lincoln City was $597,000. That's a lot. And the median sale price was $447,500 in December of 2023. So you can see that the cost of living in Lincoln City is going to be extremely high, and it's going to be kind of more of a retirement, second home, vacation rental type of locale when you're thinking about moving to Lincoln City. People like Lincoln City because you can still get there rather quickly from the Portland metropolitan area, and it's not, say, Seaside, Cannon Beach, those, because there's a couple different routes you can go. You can go from Hillsborough straight to Seaside. That's probably a 45 to 60 minute drive from Hillsborough straight over to Seaside. But that's where you're going to get a lot of people from that Portland area are going to, Seaside, Cannon Beach, and those areas. But when you go south, you can take that same route from Hillsborough, go south to Tillamook, or you can go south through McMinnville and go to Lincoln City. A lot of people will take that route, and then that kind of enters you into that central Oregon coast area from Lincoln City down to about Florence. So whether you want to be in the northern coast or the central coast, that's basically where you're at. But those median house prices, that's definitely going to be, I would say, a con because of how expensive it is to live in Lincoln City. One last con might be the crime rate in Lincoln City. It's not going to seem like a lot of crime, but Lincoln City does experience 21% higher crime rate than the national average. That's because they're going on percentages though. And you're in Lincoln City, you have a 1 in 256 chance to be the victim of violent crime. In Oregon, that stat is 1 in 292. So it's actually lower than the Oregon average. However, to be the victim of property crime, you have a 1 in 39 chance to become the victim of property crime, whereas in Oregon, in general, you have a 1 in 32 chance. So property crime along all of the Oregon coast is going to be higher. Violent crime is going to be lower than what you experience in the metropolitan areas, city centers. Whereas in city centers, there's probably going to be more violent crime. There's still property crime, but it's not at the higher rate as it is on the coast. Normally, when you're on the coast, you can look at any coastal city and you're going to see higher property crime. So what is the solution to that? Just make sure you've got your stuff put away, lock stuff, put lighting everywhere, maybe gates and fences. Make sure your stuff is locked up. Make sure you have cameras, footage. All those things are good at deterring property crime. Well, that is about all we're going to talk about today when it comes to Lincoln City, the pros and cons. Do I think that Lincoln City is a great place to live? Yes, Lincoln City is awesome. Lincoln City is beautiful. It's got great, there's just beauty everywhere. And there's a lot to do. It's kind of at that really nice spot on the coast where you can jam north. You can go south to Newport. You can go north up to Pacific City, Natarts, Oceanside, or even further up to Manzanita. Whatever you want to do, it's right there. It's close to everything, and it's a quick shot to Salem, which is the capital of Oregon. So those are some reasons why I think Lincoln City would be a great idea. If you're thinking about moving to Lincoln City and you need more information, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Maybe we can jump on a Zoom call, and I'm more than happy to answer questions, help you along the path, whatever you need to fulfill your goals. Let me know. Well, until next time, hope you make this the best day ever, and have a great day.